Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since you've seen the kid, okay? So I'm just gonna do a update video of what's been going on with me and then talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde and my experience, okay? Because some people they're like, oh, I don't believe in that. Da 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 da. So, this is for, a cute little, video for me to kiki with my YouTube family that I very much so love. Okay, and thank you all for supporting my channel. So, yeah. Okay, so first things first. I am officially done with grad school. What? Okay, baby, it this final leg was kicking my ass. And it's partly because, I am a very I can be very disorganized. I can be very last minute. I can be very avoidant when it comes to completing assignments because the program that I was in, they were very lenient. And for someone who's a procrastinator, like leniency, it's like, I'll that was due in March. I'll do it in April, because that's just me, and I hate that I'm like that. I want to get out of it. Um, I need to work on it, honestly, truly. But yeah, baby, it's over. It's over. Only thing left is graduation, so I'm excited for that. And speaking of that, I'm gonna do a series. Maybe like 6 to 7 episodes. I need to plan it out. Talking about grad school. I feel like it would be very helpful for people who are interested in attending grad school and, just all the things. So, boom, let's hop into the Mercury retrograde conversation, okay? And I'm a host with the most, okay? Because I've been taking notes on this Mercury retrograde. So, for all my people, all the planets go forward, okay? They move, the earth moves forward, all the things move forward. So when a planet is in retrograde, that means that it's not moving in its typical fashion, right? So if you think about it in a human perspective, just think about, okay, typically you walk forward, you walk forward, you walk forward. Then there are periods of time, like retrogrades, where you have to take a step back and think about the steps and the decisions that you have already made, and go back and dot your I's and cross your T's, revisit things. If you have a business, maybe there's something that you need to re-strategize. That's a great time for you to rebrand, remarket. If your business isn't where you want it to be, close up shop, rebrand, remarket, re-strategize, get a consultation from a creative firm. There's so many things you can do. So I want to tell you guys about my Mercury retrograde experience. Mercury retrograde, you're also prone to but not guaranteed, a car issues, right? So if baby, if that transmission light been on, oil light been on around Mercury retrograde, your car probably will conk out because it's like you knew you shouldn't have went to Freaknik. Stop playing so much. You shouldn't have went to Freaknik, and boom, now your money tied up or what may have you, and you got to call Nate. Nate, I'm in a bind, and you gotta hope Nate wanna, be bothered with you. But anyway, so yeah, so it could be car issues, technological issues, like maybe you type the paper and your computer blacks out. It'd be the craziest things. You'd be like, for real? You can get into you're prone to get into accidents. I've seen where people have gotten locked up during Mercury retrogrades. You can get locked up at any time, but it's very highly likely. Mercury retrograde is a point where you have to make sure you got your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Okay. Um, and I know someone who was personally affected by that. So, and it's like they got locked up over something so dumb. It's like it was really petty, but it was something that they could have, it was the officer was being petty. Um, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So boom, that's that. I'm trying to make sure I hit all the things. I said technology delays, car accidents, possibly getting locked up. Oh, and also um having like big blow ups. It's like during Mercury retrograde, you may get just so irritated with people and you really don't have all the facts. It's like, for instance, somebody may not attend something of yours. They're not answering your phone calls and you're thinking the worst. But this person could have been held up at a bank robbery. But you know this person to, like, in the past, to like flake on you for like maybe, little stuff where it's like they really could have made it. And then it's like during Mercury retrograde, it will, like, it's almost like a pimple coming to a head. It's like, I've had enough, like, you know. So, just mind your words. All right, so boom. Let's talk about my Mercury retrograde experience. So, the first one, why I'm coming to you like this today. So, I made a hair appointment, right? And my hairdresser, she canceled it the day of. Okay? So I was highly upset. I'm like, girl, I done took my braids out. This head needs some TLC. So it was like maybe 10 a.m. My appointment's at 3:30. And she canceled it. So I'm like, okay. So boom. Um, I finally made an appointment where, I would be available to, get my hair done, which was like maybe 3 weeks later. So I made my appointment. I always make my appointments um, the same day as my facials. So because my facial and my hairdresser, they're 6 minutes away. So why not kill two birds with one stone, okay? So I go to my facial, I'm boop, bop, bop, glowing, all the things. Okay? Skin is all right. Shout out to my esthetician. Okay? And I get to, and let me tell you, before I got there, I'm like, what if I get there? Like, I'm thinking about this even when I made the appointment. I said, it's Mercury retrograde. What are the chances that I make a second appointment and I don't get seen again? So that day, I get to her establishment, go wash my hands per usual, go to turn the knob. Baby, ain't nobody home. Not a soul. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, but I already have forethoughts of like, wouldn't that be crazy if that happened? It would be very on brand for Mercury retrograde. So I'm calling. I called my hairdresser. She didn't answer. I texted her. I'm like, hey, I'm here for my appointment. I even wrote her assistant. I'm like, are you guys not taking afternoon appointments? Like, what's going on? And that was that Mercury retrograde energy. It wasn't too bad Mercury retrograde energy. It was just like a little, like a, come on, like, I'm trying to work with y'all. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, so her assistant doesn't really play Instagram like that. So she her assistant didn't answer. Um, I put up a post. I don't know if you guys probably seen that post where it's the little girl and she like pouting, and I'm like, oh yay, it's Mercury retrograde on my Cosmic People page, my Instagram page. So, on a typical day, my hairdresser, she doesn't see my post. She does hair. I don't expect anybody who is in a creative field like hair or lashes, something that's very time consuming and will leave you exhausted and drained. I don't expect them to look at my things. Now, she looked at my post. Mind you, she didn't respond back to my text, call, nothing. So I'm like, that's very convenient. Like, I reached out to you, and if you cannot do it, just say, hey, da 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 da. Because at this point, what can I do? Can I mentally transport you here? No. Like, I ain't got my powers activated that much where I can do that yet. But I'm like, just say something. Like, I'm you're not here. So boom. That was that. So, I reached out to her maybe 2 weeks later, and I'm like, hey, are you going to be here if I make an appointment? Like, I, am paying people to drop me off, and I don't want to have to come out there. You're not there. And she's like, hey, and she's like, my book should have been closed off. Mercury retrograde. She's like, my book should have been closed off. I'm not at the shop. I'm not at that shop at the moment. Da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, she's going through some transitions, and this has happened in the past where her book was supposed to be closed off, and it wasn't. So, and I didn't get very mad about the whole appointment situation because that has happened in the past. I was just more so like annoyed that you looked at my Instagram post at some point of that day, but you didn't return my text. Like, are you crazy? Like, come on, just reply. So that was that. I had a package. Okay, so oftentimes during Mercury retrograde, your mail, it won't make it to you. Okay, so I remember I was going to Jamaica, and I had ordered these bathing suits, all these things, and got lost in the mail. They didn't know where it went. It could have gotten stolen. You know how the people roll in the parcel jobs. Okay, but I try not to order stuff during Mercury retrograde. I will say I have ordered more during Mercury retrograde than I have in the past. But yeah. And they say it's also not a good time to travel because, like, for instance, your hotel may not see. Yes, this happened during Mercury retrograde when I traveled to Orlando. I was traveling with a group of friends. My friend's credit card or Visa card, whatever. We had made accommodations for the hotel through a third party site. We got there, they pulled out information up like, oh, you're good to go, you're checked in, and the card was charged again. So say for instance, you paid $500 from a third party website. In the case of our trip, the card got charged $1,000 because the guy at the front desk said he didn't see the reservation. And it's like, how could you give me a card? I gave you my name. You said you found my information. Like, it'd be the wackiest things that happen. So, just be aware. Have extra money if you are going to, that you can touch, tangible, that you can touch if you're traveling during Mercury retrograde. So, boom, that was that. I had to complete a necessary document for school. And I needed to open up something to get the information. And this was something that affected me, like getting funding to cover my tuition. Y'all, why the damn document? It wouldn't open. It was like, having problems processing. I'm like, I'm not trying to pay these people out of pocket. Like, I need this. Long story short, I got it to work. I went through another method to open it, and I got it to work. All right. Oh, okay. So I sell things that, that I don't, wear anymore, old stuff on Poshmark. So I sold this Crooks and Castles hoodies, one of my favorite hoodies. The bitch is just like too tight. It's too tight. And it's an extra small, and the lady that ordered it, she writes a complaint, opens up an investigation. I asked for this what she say, the post said that this was a medium, da 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 da, and I wrote her. I said, "Are you okay?" Because nothing about this said medium. Like, what are you talking about? Because at that point, like, what? This is real. Like, come on now. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I got it confused with another order, right?" So that was that. An argument broke out between my family members over something so petty. Somebody's feelings got hurt. They did not want to. Basically, someone felt left out, and it broke out into y'all acting funny and this and that and this and that. So my thing is, when it comes to family things, you know who people are. Stop hanging around with them. Y'all want a relationship so bad that y'all will go through the the toxic ups and downs of, oh, I'm gonna slander you, and then at a family cookout we cool, and it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. Oh my God, this is the last one, y'all. I was on a work meeting, baby. Basically, the principal, she's giving us all this extra ass work to do. Anybody that works in the network of my with my school district, they graduated their students, had their online ceremonies, they're done. They don't have to go to work, to their school building, anything. Because last time I checked, it was a pandemic, baby. Right? So, she went from saying there is nothing, you should not be meeting in person, da 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 da, and now you got this full list of activities for these kids to do. Like, which one is it? Like, I can't get with the wishy-washiness. So, she's telling us all these required things that she required, right? Not the school, nothing from her boss. These are things that she is requiring that we attend, and it's from Monday through Thursday. It's like, girl, it's the end. Leave us alone. So she wants us to report to school for at 12 p.m. on a Monday to prepare for the following fun day. They're 3-year-olds. Like, it's not like we about to have a carnival and gotta blow the stuff up by mouth, lady. What's wrong with you? Like, so that's that. Then she wanted us to be at the school on a Thursday for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So a few of my coworkers complained. They're like, I live an hour away. Why can't we send someone from our team? Like, you're just handing out popsicles. And she's like, oh, well, I can't accommodate everyone, da 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 da. And so one of my coworkers basically was like, I don't understand why all these things are required. And she went over her head and went to this, I guess HR or whatever, because the principal said that, oh, your PTO will not get approved for this last week. And the girl was like, I talked to HR. They said there's no reason my PTO should not be approved. It should not be approved. So at this point, she probably felt like she was being undermined and all the things, but don't make these fake rules that can be challenged. Let your stuff, stick on something. And the girl basically was like, well, I have to attend my child's graduation. Mandatory or not, I will not be there. Like, And so, and she said, basically, she told the principal, like, you know, you don't attend anything and you're telling us that all these things are mandatory. Like, what in the world? Like, come on now. And the principal was like, what don't I attend? And the girl was like, everything. And we like, oh shit, like what the hell? And basically, she got written up for being for yelling at the principal. That girl did not yell. So, you know, that's why it's very imperative for me to open up my own business. Mark my words, 2021, 2022, I will have my own business. It will be fruitful. It really gets under my skin to work for the man. Like, I really want to work for myself, and I am going to. So with all that being said, guys, that's my update. See ya. Thank you for supporting me. I will be back to do readings. I miss you guys so much.